let's have a conversation so that we can have a dialogue, a chat, a collective conversation with the bot. Now, I know it's a bot, but sometimes you just want to ponder an idea, maybe have a conversation with another person, and the person isn't around. But you have all these thoughts going on in your mind, and they're racing around in your mind like this. So let's do that with ChatGPT so that we can see if we can come up with strategies or ideas that can help enhance a classroom. This is my version of ChatGPT's or OpenAI's prompting guide. Typically, when we ask ChatGPT something, we do something like give it a persona. I'm a fourth grade teacher. I'm a principal. I'm a real estate agent. You tell it who you are. Then we give it context. Maybe there's a scenario that you're thinking about. Maybe you're setting the stage for the prompt or whatever you want ChatGPT to do. Maybe you're giving it a task to do. Maybe there is an exemplar. You upload like this example of what you want the output to sort of look like. And then maybe there's a format. Maybe it's in a table, a graph, a photo, an image. And then there's tone, like it's neutral, excited, things like that. In this situation, what we're going to do with ChatGPT is we're going to give it a prompt, but we're going to make it slow down. What happens is when we put something into ChatGPT, like create a lesson plan for science for let's say a physical science fourth grade experiment. This is what it does. It'll take it to the next level and just spit out this whole thing. Like it tells me what I need to do. It gives me the time. It gives me all the things that I need for my experiment. It tells me the introduction, how to engage, questions. It gives me observations, melting and freezing. Let's go to the top to see if it didn't even it said exploring the states of matter. Like it told me what I wanted. I think that's a great thing, and I'm like, "Oh, I could run with it." But that might be a lot for you as a teacher. I mean, it's kind of a lot. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, it can create a whole, like, classroom syllabi for the whole year," and I'm like, "Ooh, that's too much." So what we're going to do is now we're gonna tell ChatGPT, "Slow down. Let's have a conversation, so I am part of this process. I need you to be the listener before you respond. Do you understand?" So then I'm going to blow this up just slightly. It says, "I understand. Let's take this step by step. How would you like to begin the conversation about the lesson plan? Is there a specific aspect you want to focus on first?" Ooh, I like that it gave me a question. Yes. Give me one NGSS standard for physical science about the states of matter. Nothing else. Like we wanted to slow down. Okay, so here is the state standard. Great. We know it's grade 4. It's physical science, PS. It's standard 3-2. Make observations to provide evidence that energy can be transformed from place to place by sound, light, heat, and electric currents. Now, I'm pretty sure I said, okay, states of matter. I mean, I like this idea. And I would say, is what you gave me states of matter? Okay, so heating and cooling. Okay, I needed it to really think about it. So standard 2 is this grade 4. Slow down and research, because I could say think, slow down and research. Okay. I was kind of thinking about melting, freezing, boiling. I mean, I like the other, but I'm having some issues. Okay. Sound like heat, electric currents. But is there a standard for, let's just copy this. I wanted to think it's grade 5. Okay. So we'll just, my mind says I really wanted to focus on this. So I'm pushing it back a little bit. We could have gone to the heating, electric currents, light, sound. Yes, grade 4. Actually, that's more like grade 2. But you see that I got ChatGPT to go, okay, I'm not listening. And you can say you're not really listening to me. You're going to need to do some research. Okay. Let's create a lesson based on Madeline Hunter's design. Do you understand? Don't continue until you understand. Because sometimes it just like spits everything out and it's doing that. Okay. I want to say thank you for the outline, but you're not listening. I want this to be slow because ChatGPT is going to try to solve your problems. Okay, I want to be part of the conversation. Stop it. So you can make it slow down. Like, okay, I apologize for that. Let's start with one objective. What would you like the students to achieve by the end of the lesson? This is better. And the reason why is because ChatGPT can become the fixer. You know, that one person, I don't know, me, that starts to hear somebody's problem and believes, oh, I got a solution for you right away and gives you this unwanted advice. Well, that's what ChatGPT does. It gives you all this advice that you may not want. So let's look at this question. Let's start with one objective. What would you like students to achieve by the end of the lesson? Okay, I want a learning intention and a success criteria. Now I'm going to go up here and look at the standard. I'm going to find the standard. Okay, that's not the one. Let's go to the 5th grade one. I want the 5th grade one, this one. Okay. I want to focus on one part of this standard. Okay. And the reason why is because sometimes what happens is we give too much. We give way too much. And I honestly want all of this. Okay. The success, the learning intention is to understand these parts of this standard. Write that only. Let's see if it'll do that. Let's see if it'll give me a good one. Students will understand. Okay, it gave me success criteria. Again, I said just learning intention. You are overwhelming me. And the reason why we're doing this is because this is what happens to students. I wanted to see if it would do. Okay, students will understand and observe the process of melting, freezing, and boiling. Okay, what does understand mean? Is an observation a learning intention? Will be able to describe and observe. So it's still not listening. Okay. The learning intention. Okay. You have two things. One, learning intention. Students will observe. Okay, I'm okay with this. And the reason why is because you want them to see it, to get it into their memory so they understand. Okay, great. All right. A success criteria. Students will be able to explain in writing and speaking the process of, and we'll just grab this. Okay, great. Students will be, that's the success criteria. Great. Now show me both together. Great. So we know that that is what we want students to do. Now, I'm not saying we don't want them to demonstrate it, talk about it, give an example. It's fifth grade. You may not want them to use the burners yet. You may have them in a small group to show what melting is, describe what melting is, giving them something outside of just water because we want them to know what it means. And so now give me an example lesson. Also, I want you to add that the states of matter don't just mean water, and explain the assumption. And I'm saying this because most kids, when we say states of matter, they immediately, it's easy for a teacher to just show ice, as in water ice, boiling and melting, because that's really easy to do. Because I can show melting using tin, like I can show the solid form of tin, put it near a flame, and it immediately melts. But it doesn't show me a boiling. It will show me boiling quite quickly, and it'll show me freezing almost immediately. So I like to show kids examples of things like that. So let's go back to the very top of this. Okay. All right. There's the standard. We have ice cubes, chocolate bars. Okay. Melting spoon. So begin with a discussion about what matter is and its three common states: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay. The reason why I don't like this, well, we'll just go with it. So I need you to, this is what I need to tell ChatGPT. I need you to be specific about the type of matter, meaning if you are using water, say water and H2O or dihydrogen monoxide. And kids can dihydrogen, two hydrogen, oxygen, mono, one. It's okay to tell kids this even if they don't, even if they learn it later, because academic language helps with the long-term memory. So students will observe process of melting. So again, are we using water? Like I need it to be specific, even though I didn't spell specific right. Slow down. Just answer this. Now I'm going to stop it because I know that it's not okay. Okay. Now say that in the beginning part of the lesson. Let's do step by step. Slow down. Okay. Okay, great. Perfect. See the learning intention, the success criteria, students will be able to explain in writing and speaking the process of melting with water, the solid, water freezing, and water boiling. I'm saying this because, oh my gosh, as a science teacher, kids get overwhelmed. No, they don't get overwhelmed. They get confused later in life when we're like, freezing, melting, and boiling, because we didn't even add condensation in here. Anyway, so this is the clear learning intention. Okay, so that's success criteria, and the learning intention, students will observe the process of melting, freezing, and boiling. And giving them H2O, they've heard it. They call H2O water. I would like some H2O. They do it all the time. So yes. Now, what is the first part of Madeline Hunter's style of lessons? Just ask it. Okay. Yes, just the anticipatory set. I want to be included. Ask me a question. Because I want to be a part of this. So it's asking me, how would you like to engage the students at the very beginning? For example, what would you prefer starting with a question, a demonstration, or perhaps a short video? I think I would like to do all three. In this order, recommend a YouTube video, a demonstration, and a question. So let's see if it'll do that. See, this is why you can be a part of the lesson planning process. And this might take you longer at first, and you don't have to do it this way because you probably could do this all by yourself, but this can even guide the conversation with other teachers, like in a small group. If you are not very proficient in teaching and integrating science with your English language arts standards, meaning writing, speaking, listening, and reading, this can be a start. Like you can use science alongside the language arts standards so that kids can grasp content and they are writing along with it and learning a new concept, because the absence of content does not help students learn over time. If we teach in isolation, students are not learning. Content and knowledge help students keep it in their long-term memory because there is a storyline here. So let's go and see if we can find this video. Now, I'm sure ChatGPT could give it to me, but let's put this in and see if it'll find it. Okay, let's see if we grab it. So it's 4-minute video. You should always watch the video first. Watch the video first and offer it to the students, okay? You can perform this experiment in the classroom. You want to be safe. I want to perform the demo. How can I do this safely? So just now I'm pushing ChatGPT, like there it is. It's giving safety precautions, everything, all the things. Now, because of time, I'm going to say, now complete this full lesson plan for me. Just because of time. Now, what I want you to do is with generative AI, I want you to think about how you can ask me questions on what to do and have conversations about how we can get really good at using generative AI as teachers and principals, because it's going to come to students. And you know, you have students, if you're high school teachers, that are using it because you're like, ooh, this is a beautiful paper and it's so organized and it's perfect the first time. So how do we mitigate that so that we make sure that students are doing stuff like this? So we should learn how to do stuff like this first. So to do that, what I want to do is show you that I am doing a webinar. The link is in the description on July 27th. It's 7 a.m. Pacific time. Yes, I'm an early riser. 9 a.m. Central time and 10 a.m. Eastern time, so that you can come in. It's going to be about 25 quick minutes. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me questions on using generative AI. We will start with ChatGPT because OpenAI's platform is very proficient, but I will, if time permits, we'll go into Gemini as well. So I want to have this conversation with you. Go to the description, grab it. It's free. It'll be fun. You can do this and it'll be available for purchase afterwards. But if you want it for free, this is it. Come to the webinar so that you can get all your questions answered, at least in under 50 minutes or so. And let me help you. Let me help you get in front of generative AI and have fun. I do hope this video was helpful for you. And remember to make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know how you are using generative AI to help you become more proficient, whether you're a teacher, you're a professor, or you're in any other business arena. Thank you so much for watching.